In an ancient kingdom nestled between emerald mountains and endless rivers, there lived a queen who longed to create beauty that would never fade. She spent her days before a polished bronze mirror, a relic from the age of sages. The mirror was said to reflect not faces, but hearts, clear to the pure, distorted to the vain. One winter morning, as snowflakes drifted past her window, the queen pricked her finger while embroidering a lotus on silk. 3 drops of blood fell onto the snow outside. The sight was hauntingly beautiful, red upon white, life upon stillness. She whispered a wish to the heavens. "Let me have a daughter whose skin is as pure as snow, whose heart as bright as the morning sun." The wish was granted. A princess was born, radiant and gentle. She was named Shu Lian, snow lotus, a flower that blooms upon cold mountains, untouched by impurity. The queen, however, did not live long enough to see her daughter grow. Her spirit lingered, they said, within the mirror, trapped between longing and pride. Years passed, the king remarried. His new wife, Lady May, was beautiful, learned, and elegant, but her heart carried a restless shadow. Each morning, she would gaze into the ancient mirror and whisper, "O mirror of heaven, tell me, who holds the purest beauty in this land?" The mirror would shimmer, its surface alive with light, and reply in a voice that was neither male nor female. "You are fair, my queen, yet there is one whose heart shines brighter, the Princess Shu Lian." At first, Lady May laughed softly. She said, "A child's beauty is fleeting." But as the years passed and the princess blossomed into womanhood, calm, kind, unassuming, envy began to whisper within her. The mirror reflected not truth now, but the queen's own disquiet. And when desire takes root, even wisdom turns to poison. One moonless night, Lady May ordered her guards to lead Shu Lian deep into the mountains, under the pretense of visiting the hermits who lived there. But her true intent was darker. The guards, bound by fear, obeyed. Yet as they raised their blades, the princess looked at them with eyes full of compassion. She said softly, "Do what you must. Hatred cannot be undone by hatred, only by mercy." The men could not kill her. They left her among the cedars and mist and fled back to the court with lies upon their tongues. Shu Lian wandered the wilderness. For days she had no food but wild berries, no shelter but the shadow of pines. Yet she did not despair. Each night she meditated under the stars, whispering to the spirits of the forest. The creatures grew unafraid of her. Deer slept near her fire, birds sang upon her shoulders. At last she stumbled upon a humble cottage by a waterfall, inhabited by 7 monks, each representing a virtue: patience, diligence, mindfulness, humility, joy, compassion, and wisdom. Seeing her gentle nature, the monks offered her refuge. She helped them gather herbs, tend the garden, and chant sutras at dawn. The days passed peacefully, like ripples across a quiet pond. But peace cannot remain untested forever. Back in the palace, Lady May could not silence her unease. She gazed once more into the mirror. "Mirror of heaven, who now is fairest in this realm?" The mirror replied, its tone soft yet piercing, "Your beauty fades, my queen, for your heart darkens with envy. The princess lives, radiant as the moon in the mountains beyond." Rage consumed her. She could not bear that her illusion had shattered, so she turned to forbidden alchemy, the art of binding will to matter. With her tears and venom, she forged the jade apple, infused with the sleeping curse. It would bring eternal rest, not death, but endless illusion. Disguised as a traveling healer, Lady May journeyed to the mountains. There she found Shu Lian tending to the garden. The princess bowed politely, unaware of danger. The old woman offered the apple, saying it would restore vitality. Shulian smiled and accepted it as an act of kindness. But the moment her lips touched the fruit, her body swayed and fell. The monks returned to find her lifeless, her face serene like one in deep meditation. They knew it was not death. Her spirit sleeps, the eldest monk said. Let her rest within the temple of still water until her karma completes its circle. Centuries passed. The monk's temple fell into ruin, swallowed by vines and fog. Legends of the Snow Lotus Maiden spread across villages, the girl who chose forgiveness over hate, whose sleep kept the mountains blessed. Then one spring, a wandering scholar named Liang discovered the old temple. He had spent his life seeking truth beyond words, meditating on impermanence. Within the hall, he found the statue-like maiden lying within a crystal coffin of jade, untouched by time. He knelt and whispered, "I have studied scriptures all my life, but none teach love like this." He placed his hand upon the coffin. Warmth met his fingers. A faint breath stirred. Julian's eyes fluttered open, and for the first time in centuries, the world exhaled. She looked at him, not with surprise, but recognition, as though she had dreamed of this moment countless times. "You came," she said simply, "not to awaken me, but to remember me." Liang bowed deeply. "I came seeking truth, but I found reflection." Together, they walked through the valley where cherry blossoms bloomed anew. The world had changed. Kingdoms had fallen. Languages had faded. Yet the mountains remained. Julien smiled at their silence. The mirror never lied. It only showed what was already within us. The queen sought beauty and saw envy. I sought compassion and found peace. You sought truth and found love. Liang turned to her. "Then what is the true nature of beauty?" She looked toward the horizon where the first light touched the snow peaks. "Beauty," she said, "is when the heart no longer clings, when it reflects all things and claims none. That is the true mirror the sages spoke of." And with that, she vanished, like morning mist dissolving under the sun. Only a single white lotus remained, blooming where she had stood. Liang carried the lotus back to the temple and placed it before the old mirror. For the first time, the mirror reflected no face at all, only the open sky.